dimension of imagination. It is an area which we call the Twilight Zone.
I got love for you, no lie. I give my best, I try. Someday you'll touch the sky. You're an angel, little baby. Wipe all your tears away. I know it's been crazy, but keep your head up high.
Foot chase through the projects, dodging foreign objects. Street knowledge, I should've went to college. Odds stacked against me, surviving off instinct. 3 blocks from the precinct. Lil' homie caught a case, others lost family members. Product of his environment, projects produce violence in the middle of the streets, cause that's how we eat. Just a rap about the trap don't mean I ain't about peace.
We must stand together, all together.
Every Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 6 to 9 right here on 99. We want to thank him for putting y'all in the music, putting us in the mix. So thank you, Super Dave, DJ Super Dave, and the Old School Flavor Show. Welcome to Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. My girl, Brother John.
And this is Kiana.
This program is being brought to you as part of the New Image Project, a Community Development and Training Center, aka See That.
See that?
And we'd like to thank y'all for tuning in and helping us to reach and find what smart is.
The new
Gangsta.
baby.
If you don't know.
Now you know. No. Yes.
She was good.
It's Friday.
It is.
It is definitely Friday.
Thank God. Is it Friday?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. No.
Okay.
You know, like this Friday is like jam packed.
Okay.
Jam packed. Is it? Oh, I know. This is it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's jam packed.
Okay. Well, I mean, this whole weekend is kind of jam.
It is.
Going on this weekend.
But I mean,
what makes the day a jam packed Friday for you?
Well, you know, I always go bowling on Fridays now. No, I go.
On Friday.
Well, I don't go bowling. I take people bowling.
Okay, gotcha. You ride in the chaperone. Right?
Yes, you know, like I say, 90% of probably 90 to 95% of my day, I'm in the car.
Okay.
Or doing
talking about being stuck in traffic and all of that stuff. You wasn't.
I absolutely hate so I had to go to Tampa like a few times yesterday, right? And when I say a few times,
God bless.
So I went to Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
I went far, picked up my homegirl, came back, stopped by the airport, bought some plane tickets, right? Because you know, if you do Spirit or Frontier, it's cheaper if you buy them at the airline.
So you actually go there, so you get a better deal.
You get like $20. Like tickets was like $52 round trip.
Okay, that's how much it costs to fly down. I haven't.
We're going to Atlanta, so yeah, like $52 round trip. You know, so who can beat that? And it was like $94, $95 online. So you know, it was a good savings.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, it was worth it. But I mean, okay, so was it worth the drive?
So it was.
Okay.
So then they messed up on the ticket, right? So I bought like 13 tickets.
Oh, y'all like.
You know how. Okay. So I bought like 13 tickets, but the last 3 tickets were on the wrong flight.
No.
Yes. Good morning, Lily. So I had to go back.
Okay.
Now going back.
So this is why you were going. Okay, this is your two trips.
Right.
Yeah.
So going back, I did the express lane.
Okay.
So worth it. Like the 50 cents that you paid to go through that express lane, going to the Howard Franklin. I didn't see the benefit of it till I got on it.
Okay, because I used it coming back. I've never used it going over to Tampa because it's always.
I feel like I did like a skip line.
Yeah, I did it when I was working over there in the summer of last year.
I
was I did the prepaid tolls and all of that stuff, and so I was. But in the morning, I didn't need to get on the express lane.
Sometimes you don't, but I definitely did.
Okay. Coming home.
It wasn't that so coming home, it wasn't that bad.
Really? Maybe it's the timing.
Depending on where you coming from. So I'm so confused why they widen these lanes because it's still traffic. Okay. Like it's supposed to be like the widening of the lanes, we're supposed to like help you like with the traffic. Yeah. But I don't see where it helped. It seemed like it got worse.
Right.
I don't know.
I don't know about worse though.
No.
It couldn't get any worse.
Yeah, it could. And it did.
Okay. I hear that. So what you doing? You getting into any of these events and stuff that's happening this weekend?
I don't know. Tell me about the events this weekend.
You ought to pull up at the Earth Day Wellness Walk and clean up at Childs Park over at the Childs Park Rec Center. And it's at 9 a.m. You can join the Childs Park Neighborhood Association and Healthy St. Pete, as well as Keep Pinellas Beautiful for a neighborhood wellness an annual cleanup celebration of Earth Day. So that's one of the things that's happening. And then there's also, what was the other thing? The Cookout, which we're going to be talking about.
Yeah, the Cookout, the Black Men Mental Health. Yeah. Even though everybody is welcome to come.
Yeah. So we got LA Keys coming in to talk about the Cookout. And so that's going to be one of the.
And this is the second annual.
Yeah.
And
I think this one they had postponed it because like the hurricanes and all that kind of stuff. So this was like the rescheduled Cookout. But again, LA talk about it. So I know that's one of the things that was happening. And I think the youth farm might have something going on this weekend as well. So it's going to be, if you buy, community and getting out and all of that stuff, there's some opportunities to do that. Yeah.
So how's your Friday going?
Friday's going good. Early, doing my thing, man. Making it happen. So I feel good.
Did you wake up at 4:30? Did you? So you never told me off air what you taking, but
he hit me up too. So
you so nosy.
What's that secret supplement? Not a secret. It's just we promoting stuff that don't make sense to promote.
Yeah. Not yet, anyway.
I mean, when they.
When y'all cut that check,
we'll tell you what it is on the air, but I'll let you know, and it's amazing.
It is.
Yeah. It is.
Listen, you like.
Yeah, I feel real good.
Yeah.
I feel good. And then I made some other changes. Like I said, my nighttime routine is just trying to really, create systems.
Yeah.
Because systems create structure.
Yeah, they do.
Create discipline, and discipline creates freedom.
It really does. And people don't understand. They think that like if you're spontaneous and people operate in chaos.
Yeah. And
it's so not healthy.
I'm all right with it. I do chaos, but it ain't healthy. Like
it's not healthy.
I thrive in chaos. I can move around and
you can
do and I like the spontaneity and all of that kind of stuff. But the life that I'm looking to lead requires some radical discipline right now. So that's I
think you put the discipline in. Like you have to a little bit of chaos. Like just a little bit. Like I like the older I get.
Tolerance for chaos, actually. You don't like that one? You never do.
I don't, but it's okay.
Yeah, I have a high tolerance.
Yeah, see, I got my glasses on today.
I got a high tolerance for chaos. Like I can thrive and operate in it, but it's just not sustainable.
No, it's not.
And it's not productive a lot of times.
It's not.
It's moving, but
and then you moving, like how like you could be chaotic and have like a lot of stuff going on, but you're not getting anything done. Yeah. And usually that's what like the chaos kind of
times that's what it ends up being.
Right. And be intentional about my time and everything that I'm doing because I just
for real. You got a would you rather?
No, I do not have a would you rather. Not at this second, but it don't take long for me to think or pull up one.
Have a would you rather. So let's do this. Let's get into some headlines.
Okay, go ahead.
LA Keys in the building. Like I said, he's gonna come in. He's talking about the Cookout, celebration of Brotherhood, and it's this Saturday from 2 to 6 at Mahaffey. We're gonna talk all about the inspiration and the motivation behind it. But before that, there was actually a news article that I saw that said Pinellas County schools are still failing Black students, according to this new report. It was actually published in the Weekly Challenger. Shout out to the Weekly Challenger newspaper, man. Support Black media is what we do. And so they have an article about it. Dr. Goliath Davis, and I know him and Professor Donnie don't always see eye to eye, but this one was one of those. Him and a couple of other people. A lot of people. That's just kind of the nature of the beast. So it was a new 65-page report commissioned by Cookout, which is the Concerned Organization for Quality Education for Black Students. And they confirmed what many in the community have already known and been saying for years, that the Pinellas County school system is still failing Black students. So this report was authored by Dr. Oscar Barbarin. Probably not saying that right. Okay. But Dr. O, the University of Maryland. We done gave you a new name, but go ahead. We do that around here. And so Dr. Oscar of the University of Maryland, he evaluated the district's progress in 5 of the 6 goals in the Bridging the Gap plan, which was developed in 2000 after the racial disparities law. And so basically he graded the performance of the plan and how they're doing it. And as far as graduation rates, he said he graded them a B. However, more Black students are graduating, but many are earning concordant diplomas, which means that they aren't proficient in core subjects and they struggle with college and job placement. So they're graduating. So the graduation rate is up, but these are concordance diplomas. So basically they function, they did enough to be able to finish, but that's pretty much it. Like they struggle with college, they get to college. So you basically, once you're paying for college after getting one of these concordance diplomas, you're going to be paying to take classes that you should have passed proficiently in high school.
Okay. I don't know how I really feel about it.
I don't like it.
Yeah, like it's just like
I mean, because it's one thing to graduate, but the goal is not to just graduate. Like, yeah. Again, that whole No Child Left Behind, they just pushing the kids through basically.
But I don't think it's just our children. Yeah. Right.
No, it's like, yeah. But I mean, if the school system get a cold, Black kids.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm not like, and then a lot of people go to college and then
have to pay for a remedial course.
And no, like, so I remember now I was in AP and honors classes throughout high school, and they put me like in a remedial like class, like for English or something. And then I end up challenging the test and test it out. Yeah. Right. I knew I didn't belong there. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so when I told the professor at that time, like I ain't belong, she was like, well, then you can challenge it. And I did.
Right. Oh, and Royce, he said that the report is extensive. I'm still reading it. But shout out to Mr. Crowley, along with others, for beginning the lawsuit and making people aware. Yeah, I remember when all of that stuff was happening, and it was like a move in the community. That's when Cookout, I think, might have been one of the actions that came out of that lawsuit, was the establishment of this organization to monitor the progress of the school system and doing the things that the lawsuit said that they had to do.
And I'm gonna tell you this, and y'all might get upset with me. Well, you're not.
Okay, the views expressed.
This views expressed. We gotta stop depending on the school system. Oh yeah. Like that's just really it. Like, I mean, we really have to stop depending on the school system. You know your child can't read and you still keeping them there and you're not doing anything to help them.
You know that. Are you spending the time?
And if you're right. So even if you,
because he comes to you, how was your day in school? Oh, it was good.
You know if Bobby dumb or not. No, that's right. No, I see. This is why I knew that they was gonna be mad at me, right? And but no, you know if she okay, even if they can't read, you know if they can't comprehend.
Okay.
You know if you ask them a question and they don't understand, like you should spend enough time with your children, at least to know if they can answer basic questions.
I hear that.
You know, and then but yet. They know what they want to wear to prom.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they got all these plans and how to go viral. Yeah. And can't spell viral. You know, like I'm just saying.
I hear you.
And
so that was the
good morning.
Graduation race. We need to hit Don J up.
Okay, they say they're unable here.
On the radio.
I don't
No,
know
that
what.
ain't us. No, don't do that. Because
Hold on, I'm gonna.
No, it ain't us. Kiana, it's not us.
Oh,
It's something beyond us.
yeah, because they
Don't do
said
nothing.
okay.
Yeah, because we can hear online. I was here. I told you I was here. I got up early.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's a problem that we can't fix.
Oh,
Right. It's
yeah.
Sanjay, if you're listening, they can't hear us on the radio, but they can hear us on the internet, and you can also hear us on 99jamthebird.com. But something's happening with the tower or something that's getting us out into the radio world.
Radio world.
Yeah. So yeah. See, that's the beautiful thing about waking up on time.
So you know what? Why you saying that? Remember how we was talking about running late? So because I had to go to the airport again and all this other stuff, I ran late yesterday evening, and I got.
You stopped at every light.
Oh Lord. Okay, back to.
I told you. So academic achievement. He graded them a D on academic achievement. He said slight gains were made, but black boys remain the most at-risk group.
Mhm.
Some experts argue that the real grade is closer to an F. As far as access to advanced courses, he gave them an A on that. However, while more students are being placed in advanced classes, very few were passing. So you're getting put in the classes, so the access to the advanced classes is there, but very few students are passing, which raises concerns about token placement over true support. So you got access, they'll put you in the class.
Go ahead.
But you ain't getting the support that you need to pass the class.
Yeah.
Another one of the issues. Discipline, the grade was an F. Black boys are still disproportionately affected by disciplinary practices. And in that vein, I just saw President Trump signed an executive order basically saying that you can't have special disciplinary procedures to address these disproportionalities. Because, you know, like when the studies and the reports came out that showed that black children, not just boys, but black children were being, you know, charged with disorderly conduct, arrested, and, you know, receiving more severe discipline. A lot of the school systems made changes to address it. Well, Trump saying, nah, you know, if you're cutting up, you're just cutting up, and we're gonna put you out. And we know the bias and all of the stuff that.
And this is why it's put there. Like, okay, so if you cutting up, sometimes you need to be put out, right?
Yeah.
And some people that's out of control.
But we get put out more.
Well, we do, because again, they don't find compassion for somebody that doesn't look like them. You know what I mean? And so you're seeing where you're irritated by something and not irritated by another.
Right.
And so
say right. Little Bobby needs a little time to study. But it's true. It's absolutely true. And so with the discipline, like there's some changes that need to be made in that area. Tiffany said you definitely have to be an involved parent. At the first sign of your child struggling, seek tutoring for them if you can't help them. Don't just sit by and let them get further behind.
And so that goes back to our conversation on Wednesday, when I'm saying that, like, in your 30s, you just got a little bit more time to kind of parent. Like, your focus is a little bit different.
Yeah,
and
when you're a teenage parent, you just got out of school yourself.
Yeah,
you probably went to these same schools. They probably pushed you through.
It sometimes you're just not there, not all, because we don't subscribe to all, but you're just not there to give them the time and the nurturing that they need, because you're still trying to find yourself.
Yep, that's the thing. Last one, that he graded was the exceptional.
I think that I really think this is a spam. Okay.
That yeah, somebody trolling. That might be like a YouTube or Facebook.
Okay.
House and Ever. Exceptional student education. The grade was marginal. The report notes a troubling overlap between behavioral discipline and special education placement. So a lot of our children are getting placed in special ed when they shouldn't. Minority hiring. He didn't evaluate minority hiring, though many say that this is a critical component of student success. The report also highlights how abandonment of desegregation efforts led to resegregated, underperforming schools, with 84% of Black elementary students failing state exams at some schools. 84% of Black elementary students failing state exams at some schools. So in his conclusion, Dr. Barberine He said greater creativity and nimbleness will be necessary to accelerate the current rate at which Black students are afforded the education that they need. And then the call to action, they're inviting the community. He's going to present his findings in person and to the community district leaders next Tuesday, the 30th at 9:30 at the Enoch Davis Center. So y'all pull up, man. If you're concerned about this and you want to hear the full details, Royce, I know you said you're digging into it. There'll actually be a presentation that's going to be given at the Enoch Davis Center next Tuesday at 9:30 a.m. All are encouraged to attend, learn the facts, ask your questions, and demand change. This is not only about our kids, it's about our future and our responsibility to hold the system accountable while coming up with solutions.
You know, the system is very funny. Like they know how to beat the system, right?
Okay.
So they say that like the Southside schools need more money and they want to equal it across the board. Mm-hmm. So they put the special programs in there, but then you see who gets in the special programs more than others. And so like this is a way to say that they have this is how you know we made it.
Okay.
When we get in trouble, because Mama, we made it. Okay. You know, and I'm just thinking about that when you look at like your IB programs, your and
even like a lot of those programs, like I had an experience with a program, like my daughter was at the program at Gibbs, the program. Yeah. And it just didn't perform as advertised. Like the curriculum, like it was a lot that was into that stuff. So even the programs that they had, I just like.
Oh, and then it was I was doing the same thing. Okay. Great minds think alike, but it was about to do Tiffany. Tiffany, I'm not deleting yours.
Ain't gonna block it. We love you, Tiffany. And so I'm telling you, man, it's a lot that needs to be done as it relates to the education system, the school system. You see what's happening nationally as well as what's going on locally with the Pinellas County School District. So please make sure that you're involved and you're paying attention. And if this is your issue, then, you know.
You see what Lily say? They came in with the latest fit, nails, and hair done and know all the TikTok dance and can't read.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like who's putting the books in front of them other than the Competitive Readers Club and the Barbershop Book Club?
You got to have some old school parenting in there. Like you really, really got to have some. And it
I don't know about old school parenting.
Yeah, you still.
Some of our old school parents ain't have time either. They was working.
Some.
I remember I had a key when I was in 4th grade.
See, I guess I don't know because like I remember.
Neck on the shoestring. Let myself in. Don't close the door. Don't let nobody.
See, I'm so glad. Like I wasn't like and I ain't knocking nobody there because my grandma was home with us.
Okay. Yeah.
So my my granddaddy made sure like we had to read the newspaper. Yeah. Like that was a part of like our daily routine. Yeah.
My mom, I thank God for her because she made me a reader too. I mean, she didn't make me; she just used to read in me, and I developed a passion and a love for reading. So.
But there's some great tutoring out there, right? Valerie Little Thinkers.
Okay, yeah.
Is a good tutoring if you're looking for tutoring.
What's Dot's on?
I can't think of what Dot's is, but Dot Edwards.
Successful.
Yeah, she has a good, and if y'all know any, but we know her name Dot, and we know her last name Edwards. Yep. We do know that.
Edwards tutoring. Right?
Yeah, and so like if y'all know anybody that's doing tutoring or extra stuff, tag them in, call in, and let us know. Because I mean, the summer is coming in, and if they're not going into a summer program, you know that this proven fact. Yeah, there is. They forget all the stuff that they remembered to just pass the test.
Yeah, that's pretty much that's pretty much how it happened. Yeah. That's true. So we got like 3 minutes before the break. Our guest is in the building. We got LA Keys. He's gonna talk about the Cookout celebration of Brotherhood. And before we get into that, I just want to again remind y'all of what's happening this weekend, and so you can actually plug into some of these community events, some of the stuff that's going on in the city and around the city. And so again, the Wellness Walk and Earth Day cleanup at Childs Park is tomorrow at 9 a.m. Make sure that y'all pull up to that. And then there's also a Youth Champions Empowerment and Healing Program. It's happening it's like a list of Saturdays. And one of those Saturdays is tomorrow, and that's from 11 to 3. So you can go 11 to like 1:30, and then you can let them know I got to slide because I got something else to do. And that something else will be going to Cookout.
Let's slide.
Over at Jordan Park, and it's from ages 11 to 17 years old. It's a wellness program that provides a safe space for youth affected by violence. The sessions include guided discussions, healing circles, and stress management techniques that will be led by officers, clinicians, and wellness providers. And there is food and refreshments provided. And then there's the Pathways to Justice Youth Civics Academy that's happening from July 14th through July 18th. And it's with the Stetson University College of Law. I think we're going to have maybe Judith come in, Judith Scully, Professor Judith Scully will come in and talk about that when we get closer to it. But you have to be 15 to 17. We're talking about something for these kids to do for the summer, right?
Yeah, and I mean, we got so much stuff. Like I'm doing the summer program as well. Yes. I haven't talked about it, but we'll kind of discuss it. We're Ready, Set, Work. Set, Work. It's an entertainment camp. It's gonna be pretty dope. I'm excited about it.
And then of course you got the third annual Tampa Bay Chalk Festival. That's happening Saturday, May 3rd. So not this Saturday,
but next Saturday. Yeah. Wait, is it next
Saturday after this one?
Let's see, because we 25th in. Yeah.
Next Saturday.
Yeah.
And so yeah, from 9 to 4, it's on 22nd Street, celebrating art, community, and creativity at the third annual Chalk Festival on the Deuces. This year, the theme is Our Watery Future. The event includes sidewalk art, live community engagement, and an educational environmental panel that will be happening at noon. It's free and open to all in the community. So y'all make sure that y'all tap in and get involved. You can find these events and others on the St. Pete Community Calendar page on Facebook and also on the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club page. So what we're going to do, y'all, we're going to take
a break.
Quick break, and then we're going to be back at about 6-7 minutes after the hour with LA Keys to talk about the Cookout.
The Cookout, and tag a friend, tell a friend, we on here.
Yeah.
All right.
And we up, we get control.
Yeah.
Right there. asylum seeker who's been identified.
Guess what, y'all?
We back.
We definitely back.
And we want to welcome you back to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
And this is Kiana.
And this program is being brought to you as part of the New Image Project of the Community Development and Training Center, aka CDET.
See that?
We'd like to thank y'all for tuning in, helping us to redefine what school, because smart is
The new
gangster.
baby. And if you don't know, now you know.
No. Welcome, y'all. And we're excited, man. We got LA Keys in the building. He wear a lot of hats, so I ain't know which one to tell him. Like, was it celebrated, not tolerated? Was it Keys consultant? Is it like, so he's gonna introduce himself, but we happy to have you here to talk about the cookout, man. Welcome to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club.
No, thank y'all for having me. Yes, Lashante Keys. Also go by LA.
Go. I need you in the mic.
Oh, in the mic.
Yes.
That's it.
Okay. Can you hear me?
I can hear him good.
It's good.
I'm looking. Yeah. Now we're good.
All right. Sorry about that. All right, Lashante Keys.
That's it. Do that.
There you go. All right. Bring it up a little bit. Bring it up a little bit. All right. Cool. All right. Also go by LA. Born and raised in St. Pete. I think you guys have a tradition. Like, you got to state where you're from.
Yeah, your St. Pete story. What's your St. Pete story?
Yeah. Maxwell Elementary School.
Okay.
Bay Point Middle School. Bogus Sega High School. I was there.
I went to Bogey. Go ahead.
Yeah, I went to Bogey. I didn't go to the Bogus.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about that.
That's a whole different.
I got a whole problem with the Bogus. Yeah.
I went to Bogey.
I'll tell y'all about that later, but yeah. I went to Bogey. Yeah.
And so, Community Effects is a nonprofit. We've been around since about 2009, but really started taking off a few years ago. We've done a lot of great activities in the community. For example, Celebrate Not Tolerated.
Yes.
Celebrate Not Tolerated is when we bring about 15 to 25 Black men together to talk about the joys of being Black, not the traumas, not the dramas, but the joys of being Black. And since April of 2022, we've taken up close to about 300 Black men throughout the community through the program.
Wow.
So it's been a blessing. It's been a really, really great blessing.
Wow. And before we get into that, we got a comment about the Urban Collective, and I just want to let people know, like, it's not intentional. It's just like this: the people who doing stuff, and we rocking with, and they happen to be all people who worked together at one time, and it's like a myth busting, right?
Correct.
That whole we can't come together, we won't come together, won't pool our resources. Like the Urban Collective really broke that whole wall down, and so LA was also a part of that.
Yeah, exactly. But and I also want to say too, even after that, just the support that we show each other still in our different endeavors is amazing. There's not one point in time I can't call any of them and say, "Hey, I'm doing something," or they can't call me and say, "I'm doing something," and we're not there for each other.
Right.
So even though everybody went in their separate ways, we are supporting each other like crazy.
That's what's up.
And it's a blessing. It's a blessing to still, because that situation, that journey could have broke all of us.
Yeah, that was tough. Yeah,
it was tough. It was tough, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
but to see the support that we still give each other is just amazing.
I appreciate you saying that. That people see the success and the highlights and the headlines, but they don't see the struggle behind it and what it really takes to keep something like that together.
And you know what? People don't realize what true bonds and friendships look like.
Yeah.
Right. And so they assume that, like, when something goes south, that like the relationships go south.
Right.
And that's not necessarily true.
Right. Not in all cases. In some cases, but not
some
all.
cases it is, but
But we're not here to talk about that. But I think it was important to note that, like, because it was a comment that was made about the collective, and you're right.
We doing our thing.
We rocking, we rolling.
Yeah.
And so, what inspired you to create the Cookout, the celebration of brotherhood?
Well, I was actually at an event that was hosted by Nikki K. Parr-Gaskin.
Okay.
And she hosted a Sisters Connect.
Okay. And
it was at Mahaffey Theater Lawn. It was just a beautiful, beautiful thing. And so I actually spoke to her about the vision, and this vision been happening since about 2022.
Okay.
I think it is. So it's not nothing. So about 2022 is when we start talking about it, and it was like, let's do something for the guys.
Okay.
And so that's why it spawned up. Then in 2022, Celebrate Not Tolerated kicked off, and so it kind of got pushed back a little bit.
Okay.
And so we just want to grow Celebrate Not Tolerated. So it's kind of an expansion of Celebrate Not Tolerated.
Okay.
And it was a vision that I had. We had that conversation with her first, and then it kind of had some other conversations from other people.
Yeah.
And from there, it just grew. And we were supposed to do it in October, but due to the
hurricane, I remember.
Yeah. Due to the hurricane, we had to cancel it. So now we're excited to have it back coming up for this Saturday, April 26th.
And why do you think it's important for you to center the event around Black and brown men specifically? Not that other people not welcome. We're not violating nobody's civil rights.
Not at all.
Trump said you don't have to do that no more. He said, I'm just saying.
So why did you center Black and brown men?
Oh, I think it's needed. I think it's a safe space that's needed. Not many times can you go to a space where it's strictly dedicated to the brothers just to come in and get self-care.
Right on.
And we don't see that a lot, not just in this area. We're gonna see it a lot in the country.
Yeah.
So it's not just
true.
So I can't just say, oh, you'll see in Tampa. No, you don't see it a lot in the country.
That's right.
And so we see a lot of things that are impacting us nowadays, and we just don't take the time out for it. Even for Father's Day, we don't get to take time out for it. Don't do that.
I'm gonna say this, right?
Okay, look, we want to see what you got to say. Go ahead.
No, my thing is, do you think that it's not that people are not doing it, or y'all just don't want, like, y'all hard? Yeah,
Father's Day.
Father's Day, like, you know,
we don't want to plan our own Father's Day celebration.
So listen, I hear all the time, like,
we want something to be done for us.
Yeah, and then you know what? I did something for y'all for some years, right? And whatever. And everybody's like, we ain't doing nothing, and we did this big old
dance and jazz and
all that, right? And then, but dads don't be wanting to do nothing. Like, we be wanting to celebrate you.
Okay.
We be wanting to do stuff for you. It's like y'all holding on over here, and we putting your feet. Like, come on, and y'all kicking and screaming. I'm not leaving.
I don't know about that. I gotta sit with that for a minute, Kiana, because I don't know if I really agree with that.
Really agree.
I don't know though.
Tell me if I'm wrong, but I'm just saying.
We were talking about it off air. Like, it is hard to get me out the house. That's why I'm like, and when I got a date as mine, and you asking me what I want to do, nothing.
Yeah, but then you said nobody does nothing for me.
That's because that's what I want to do, nothing. And you trying to do something.
But I think also too is just the way that it's marketed. Mother's Day is self-care. Mother's Day is go out. Mother's Day, let's pamper the mom. On Father's Day, it's like, hey, get your kids, spend time with your kids. Do something.
Yeah.
And you like,
and then it's like, shout out to all the single moms.
Yeah. So it's not. It's just, I think it's just the way it's marketed.
Yeah. So let me tell you. So for somebody who listened to y'all, right?
Okay.
We did massages.
Okay.
Right? Okay. We gave away vacations. You gave you cigars.
When did this happen?
This happened for 3 years in a row. We fed you.
Yeah.
We did all of this stuff. Free concerts. Jabbar won a trip to Mexico. Never used it. Right?
Both gave it to me.
Yeah. You
I never got it.
Like, we were really trying to like pamper and do it. And then like the guys just, I don't know, maybe.
What organization was it?
This was the 8 Queens. So
Oh, I participated. Yes, y'all did a phenomenal job. No, I remember that.
Bring it back. You got to bring it back.
Yeah, I do remember that. But I think I came on the last year that you all did it.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it. But I definitely took time out because I did appreciate the effort that was made. And so I was like, oh, let me take time out. Even if I just swung through for like, and y'all didn't require much.
Yeah.
Y'all should just swing through for like 30 minutes and I'll come get what you need.
We gave you food, all that other stuff.
Yeah.
Like, we just
you all did a phenomenal, and I missed that part.
Yeah.
That was a phenomenal job because it wasn't rooted in nothing but appreciation.
No, and so y'all are appreciated. Go ahead.
Roy said that too. He said, we appreciate y'all, Kiana. He said, do something for me 2 days after Father's Day. Show me it's real. Show me it's real.
You want it 2 days after?
So how did you go about like creating these different experiences? Because I know you have massages, live music, real talk panels. So how did you kind of craft this cookout?
Let me give a shout out to we do have a team coming in from Atlanta that's done a good job. But I want to shout out the local talent. A lot of times I think people feel like you don't have local talent here. I got a young man by the name of Marquise Dancel. He's taking over Celebrating Not Tolerated. He's taking it to a whole new level. A young brother in the area in his 20s doing some good stuff. Lawrence Parker with Lynchpin Consulting working on our merchandise, make sure that's out.
Nice.
You know, and we're working with Edward Leonard. I mess his name up all the time because he got 2 first names. So he's working
Leel.
Exactly. So he's working with our sponsors. But honestly and truthfully, one of the biggest talents that we have here is Mitchum Services.
Yes.
When I tell you she has been like the right hand to this project and making sure that we have everything in place. I'm not doing this alone.
Yeah.
And I want to say that. And I want to say also I'm not doing it I'm doing with St. Pete talent.
Yeah. Appreciate that.
They have done a remarkable job. I'm hoping not to forget Nikita Shivers with balloons and stuff like that as well. Emily Washington with hospitality.
Yeah, look, she just chimed in too. Good morning, Emily. Yeah.
With hospitality, you know, we have a lot of, and I hope I'm not forgetting anybody locally, but if, you know, blame it on my mind, not my heart.
Yeah, man.
But I definitely want to shout those people out. And I will say that they have helped us just get the vendors because we have a golf simulator that's going to be out there. We have, like I said, the chair massage is going to be out there. We have a chiropractor that's going to help you with your back. We have daycare coming out. to do some screenings for you as well. We have some dope panelists. That's going to be talking to us. We have a lady coming in from Atlanta singing, Yoshi. Coming in from out of Atlanta. She's gonna be singing this, hosted by Erica
Yoshi's
Sutherland.
pretty good too.
Yeah.
She used to live here.
Okay.
Well, in Orlando, but she did. Yeah, Yoshi's pretty good. She gonna set the stage on fire.
Okay.
Oh, I like that.
Nice.
Yeah, she really is.
She got a good review.
Yeah.
But also gonna set the stage on fire is hosted by Erica Sutherland with Studio 620 and the DJ Issy Rock. They gonna, when you see them two together, it's gonna be a good time. To see them two together. And then we have a Young Brothers Zone.
I saw that.
Yeah, we got Young Brothers Zone over because we got the Albert Whitfield Park open too, so that's gonna be Young Brothers Zone, and it's gonna be a bounce house, a video gaming station over there.
Is it the first one?
Which one?
The Cookout.
Yeah, this first time.
Okay, because I remember seeing it, but it was October, and then it was postponed. I'm like, it feels like this has happened before, but it was work because I remember being excited about it, and then the storms came.
The storm, and we had to cancel it 4 days before.
Yeah. So that's tough.
That was tough.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, we have a lot of good things out there. We even have even for if you're a father who just need a break, we even got a babysitting service out there. I think a lot of people don't remember. Yeah. That fathers do have their kids too sometimes. Yeah. So we got a babysitting service. That's going to be out there. $10 per child, $5 for an additional sibling. But if you just want to come out and go over here and get a massage for 15, 20 minutes, you can drop your kid off right there. And they're licensed childcare professionals too.
Right. And what are you expecting? What would you like for people to like walk away feeling or thinking about the event? Like when they leave and they dap it up, what you want them to, be saying when they walk out?
I just want them to say, I can breathe a little bit.
Okay.
We just want to give you 4 hours just to breathe and not have to worry.
Okay.
A lot of times we don't have the opportunity just to not have to worry.
Yeah.
And if I can give you 4 hours, if my team give you just 4 hours of just relaxation, and take that stress off, that's all I want. And,
I appreciate
and have you go back out there. Go back out there and fight the battle.
And that's a great outcome. And it's interesting that you say that, because when we started the Friday Night Done Right for the teens, that was the same thing. It was like, we just want a space for the kids to be safe on Friday nights, not have to worry about nothing. Correct. In order to just, creating the back in the day experience for them. So when they get older, they can say, I remember we used to go to the pool on Fridays for Friday Night Done Right. And we got pushback for that.
Really?
They was like, oh, you should be talking to them, and they need some programs, and they need some stuff. And I'm like,
you know what?
Where's the space for the kids just to be kids?
First of all, everybody has opinions about everything you doing.
And
they ain't doing nothing. Right? You say, hey, we're gonna color today, and they like, can they spell coloring? Like, did you even give them anything to do? Like, they're not, the people that's sitting in the complaint line ain't doing nothing but complaining. So if you didn't organize anything and you didn't really put anything together, politely just shut up.
It's true. I'm
being so rude this morning. I'm sorry.
You just again,
but I mean,
the views expressed, right?
Yeah, the views expressed. Yeah. And I think that's the space I'm in right now. I can't focus on that.
No, you cannot.
I have to focus on the positivity that we have surrounding.
Right.
And I mean, we got we got some great volunteers coming through as well. So that's what I got to focus on.
Let me take this question from the chat. It's Miss Teresa. She says, I see quite a few women have indicated that they're attending. Are y'all encouraging women to attend since it's primarily for the brothers?
Yes, and that's a great question. So we are encouraging, but however, just please understand, all the stations are dedicated to the brothers.
Okay.
So if you do come out there,
you want to sit in that massage chair.
Yeah, you want to sit in that massage chair. You can't sit in the massage.
Okay.
You're gonna do the golf simulator. Can't do the golf simulator.
Yeah.
And so yes, we do encourage, because what we want to see is the ladies pour into the brothers and give encouragement.
Okay.
And give some space. And a person like Teresa Jones, who gives some of the best hugs in the city.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? If you walk around with, just giving a hug, Miss Teresa Jones. We would love that. You know what I'm saying? But we just want that positive energy and want people to pour into the brothers.
Right. And they saying it's not rude. Emily says respectfully, Kiana. and then Miss Teresa, she said, Kiana is so right. If you're not doing anything, take a seat and hush. I said it like that because I can hear her.
I love the piece, but what's really hard as an organizer is because you try to think of everything, right?
Correct.
And then you put it out there, and then somebody always like poke holes at it, and you be like, God.
Yeah.
Like, can you just
show up?
Just show up? Because I think the one year I did Dad and Jazz, right? And even though it was like so much stuff, the dads was like, you don't know us. Who coming in for Dads and Jazz? And I'm like,
yeah. Nick. Okay, I can't say it. Oh my God. Yeah.
Because I seen the post like, y'all not doing nothing for the men, and I'm like tagging, like no. And then you're like, oh, you don't know. You know what? Don't come then. Like,
and
don't worry about it. Don't worry about
it. Don't worry about it.
And you know, you do have those people who just want to come to see something wrong.
Mm-hmm.
They're not coming to support. They just want to come see something wrong. But like I told my team, we're not looking for perfection.
Yeah.
We're not going to please everybody. What we are looking for is to make sure that the people who experience it get the great experience that they deserve.
Right.
I hear that,
and
man.
That's what we did.
And what's like one element of the cookout that you're really excited for people to experience? Like out of all of the things that's going to be happening, is there one particular thing like, boy, when you have this experience, this is going to be the one? Or is it just, you know, the full day of events?
I think it's just a full day.
Okay.
Honestly, I think it's a full day because I know I'm going to be Ghost for a minute.
Okay.
You know, I'm going to be Ghost.
Right.
I'm gonna be over there at the stretch lab, getting stretched. I'm gonna be at the chiropractor.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be over there in the chair massage.
Right.
I'm gonna be Ghost for a minute.
I hear
so
that.
can I wear like I'm gonna have to braid my hair down,
Okay.
right? And put on my little male wig. So y'all, I got a little squeaky voice, but I'm gonna be like, yo, like, can I? You think I can?
I'm here to sit in the chair.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be in the chair.
Don't
Yeah.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
But again, we do encourage. We do have a lot of ladies who are volunteering actually to help out as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we have about like 20 plus volunteers.
Mm-hmm.
All ladies who are coming in to help out. And so yeah, we're excited.
And Tamika's in the chat. Thank you, Tamika Mitchell, Mission Services.
Yeah.
I think it's there, Royce. If you didn't see it, I don't know the
It's
order.
right
that
above you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tamika tagged it.
Because he asked if we could post the link, and so the link is in the chat.
Let me see if I can start.
Yeah.
Okay,
We'll
we
put
go.
the link in the chat. So
And
there
actually,
we go.
yeah. Okay.
All right, good stuff. And then celebration of brotherhood, and just thinking about brotherhood, right? How would you say that like brotherhood has shaped your life personally? Like, why is it so important to focus on the brotherhood aspect, not just celebrating men,
No, definitely,
but celebrating brotherhood?
Definitely. I think a lot of times we don't see that opportunity where all of us can come together and just have conversations.
Right.
And sometimes we just need each other because sometimes we just understand each other.
Yeah.
Not sometimes, all the time.
All the time.
I really feel like guys need other men to validate them, even though they don't say it.
Mm-hmm.
Like the validation from your brother, like you will just see it. Like you put on something, and when you say, "Oh, you look good," like you just kind of move different when another brother. I've seen it, like. Thumbs up you. And you know, and because we're told that like you're supposed to be competitive against each other, and that like you can't trust each other, that you don't have, some people don't have these relationships with other men, but you need that because other men check other men, like and if you don't have that, you move sideways.
When you're doing it right, when you're doing it right, men sharpen men. That's absolutely the case.
Because ain't nothing like when and we ain't gonna, another man not really gonna tell another man, hey, you look good. But when another man come and be like, hey, bro, I see you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I see you, bro.
I'm trying to get like you.
I'm trying to get like you, bro. If I see you, bro.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? So I think it's that thing too. But also too, it's opportunity for the young brothers to see bonding between other brothers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So for a 7-year-old to come out there and be able to see, hey, I see Unc over there. I see them over there. They chilling, they relaxing. As opposed to just looking at everything on Facebook. Because a lot of times you see some stuff on Facebook that just is not representative of who we are.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Most
not at all.
that they show does not
Most
represent.
And so I think that's the key, just the brotherhood. And for me growing up and just sometimes having to be the oldest. I'm the oldest in my family. And so I needed that brotherhood to, just to get some stuff off my chest. I can't, if I'm taking care of the family, like right now, I'm blessed to have my grandparents with me. They just celebrated 70 years of marriage.
And thank you for inviting me to be a part of that,
definitely.
man. That was, that's like goals, man. To see somebody been together 70 years.
70 years of marriage.
Oh my God.
Yeah. But then right now, like my grandfather, he unfortunately broke his neck.
Oh no.
And so he's in rehab. And so the brothers that I have, I'm able to go and talk to them because I'm the oldest. It's my sister who's helping out, my mom's helping out. And sometimes you just my wife is there to support. Yeah. But sometimes you got to be vulnerable. And my brothers understand, hey, we got you, bro. Like,
so I have a question. How did you get to that point where you were vulnerable enough with your brothers? Because a lot of times, that's a hard.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. And I think you got to find trust.
Yeah.
And I think that's the key to it all. Once you find that trust in your brothers, then you also understand where it's coming from. Going through, even pledging, I pledge, and sometimes you got to go through some hardships of pledging. So they got to see you being vulnerable during that pledge process.
Okay.
As a member of Kappa Alpha Psi, so you got to see that.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Shout out. But I mean, but even through that, but even those brotherhoods don't match some of the brotherhoods that you have, just life lessons. And so some of the brothers that I talk to may have just came in my life a year ago. They might not be lifelong friends, you know what I'm saying? But I do have a lifelong friend that I talk to on a regular. We've been friends since 6th grade.
Yeah.
I talk to him on a regular.
I got a brother like that too.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
What I mean? Yeah.
So it's just, but I think you got to go with your discerning spirit who you can trust.
Yeah.
Right.
And I really go with my discerning spirit who I can sit down and talk to and trust.
So what would you think of some of the biggest misconceptions that people have about Black and brown men that you're hoping that this event can help to break?
Man, I think everybody see us sometimes just being angry.
Okay.
Like, we're not always angry. We're not always, we just stressed.
Yeah.
Like a lot of brothers just stressed around here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm thankful for my wife because my wife understands that sometimes I just need to go on vacation by myself.
Okay.
Not for no crazy enough, but because even when we're doing family vacations, I got to make sure my son good.
Yeah.
I got to make sure she good.
You logistics.
Yeah, you logistics. At that point in time, so you moving and shaking and moving.
Right.
And so it's just like that. And then I think just having an opportunity to show brothers can come in a space and just smile.
Yeah.
And just chill. Just trying to relax and vibe.
Because sometimes, you live up to what people say you are, but you're not.
You're not. Correct.
And people think that they have to live up to that. You don't.
But this is something that I appreciate.
Agreed.
I appreciate King Reno because we were talking about that similar thing, and what the idea like it's really about growth, right?
100%.
Because you in middle school, okay, well he'll fight, he'll do this, and so that might have been your personality or who you were and what you had to do at that time. But now, bro, you 39. Like you don't still have to be the one, to fight, or you don't still have. So that might have served you and helped you get through that phase of your life. But there's a point in your life where you have to grow up out of that, and people get stuck in that. And so, like we see these we had JB in here talking about how people show up at the Catalyst. Like you 35, and you still acting like you did when you was in high school because you think that that's who you are.
Good morning, Mom.
And that might have been who you was, but you don't still have to be that person today.
I have a question, and I think I threw this out there before, is that like, as men, like you're the fighter, so you're a protector, and you think if you calm down and not necessarily start with your fist, that you lose that protection, like you lose that part of you, like. Does that make sense? Was that a clear question?
So I didn't get the question, but I'll tell you what came up for me.
Okay, tell me, because I'm kind of, because like you show up and you think you have to be the one that check everybody and be that angry person to be the protector. Yeah. And if you change your demeanor, and how you protect, you feel like you lose that instinct to protect.
I think if you change your circle too.
Yeah, that's right.
I've been blessed. I ain't been in no situation where I had to go fight.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But my circle,
you have been blessed.
Yeah, I've been blessed. You know what I'm saying. But just who I surround myself with, as well. Because I think going back to what you said earlier, sometimes you want to get out that space, but the people that you're surrounded by won't let you grow.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
because even though you was a fighter in 6th grade, they still bringing that up when you're 35.
Right. Well, I remember you used, and
I remember you used to that. You know.
And then people call you to be the fighter. Like that same circle, when stuff go wrong, you're the first person they call because they bring that chaos back in your life.
Yeah. It's interesting because it's true. Like I remember when I started, learning and getting knowledge of myself and changing the way that I was operating. I didn't intentionally change my circle. It's just the things that I was doing. The people who I was around, they wasn't on that.
Yeah.
Right.
And so it was just like a gradual progression. And then you find people who are on what you own. And so it's like you find another tribe of brotherhood, but it's like no love lost, no hard feelings or none of that stuff. But it's just like the things that we had in common and the activities that we were engaged in. Like, I don't do that anymore.
I just feel like it's so draining to be that person.
But I mean, I don't want to get it lost either. That
you can say Twister. I know what you man. Look, we just Tampa Bay Breakfast Club.
This is a conversation.
Yeah. But I also want to make a clear understanding that it's not always fighting in the street either.
That's right.
Sometimes you're in corporate America. Sometimes you have to go to work.
Say that.
You have to continue to fight. And you have to sit there with that mask on and to sit there and not bring your authentic self to the table.
Yeah,
it's hard. And
right.
There are a lot of brothers out there right now, and a lot of sisters out there too, who are dying inside because they can't fight at work.
Yeah.
They got to keep
or I'll say it this way: you haven't figured out how to fight at work.
Correct.
Because you can, but you just haven't figured out how.
Correct.
And it's a different fight.
And that's the thing. That's why when you were talking about it earlier, like you have to figure out the new way to continue that fight, because in a previous instance, like true story, I've been in situations where I'm sitting across from somebody and they talking to me crazy, and I'm like stopping myself. I'm like just really wanting to come across that table, because I'm like, you have no idea.
Yeah.
How, like, if this was 10 years, 20 years ago, you have no idea. But you, and so I'm just sitting. So that's what you mean. You talk about dying inside. Yeah. Like, I know, like,
exactly,
oh
brother.
Man, if I would have seen you 20 years ago, this wouldn't even be happening right now.
But when you walked away, you so glad that you wasn't back to 20 years ago.
But you still have that, like, you know, that energy of like, man, it's because you sometimes you just be wanting to like like you just don't get it. And I know I can show you how you can get it real quick.
Yeah.
But now I gotta articulate and I gotta express and I gotta emote and I gotta, you know.
But that's maturity, because now you have so much more that you live for. Yeah. And then so when you look
I'm thinking about tomorrow, because I gotta go to work. I can't go to jail.
And then think about this too. You think like you fight right now, you wake up, you sore.
Yeah. Oh, that whole thing.
You're looking for the Epsom salt.
That's true. Yeah, like, yeah. A fight at 40 ain't the same as a fight at 14, right?
So you thinking about all that other stuff, like, like no, I ain't.
But I'm telling you, I've like literally had to like calm myself down, because I'm like, you got no idea, bro.
Yeah. Oh, I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then I got people around me that's still like that. Like when I was going through this council thing, and people would like say stuff to me crazy, like I have to tell them, bro, nah, man, you got a family, you know, because it ain't even about them. It's like their love for me make them want to go, you know, just crash out. And I'm like, nah, man, that ain't what we on. We, you know, we got futures and families and grandchildren and all of that stuff now. So
yeah, but I mean, even like, and I think somebody brought it up earlier. Like my brother, for example, my brother was a fighter. In the street, you know, fighting. And I thank God that God blessed him with having girls.
Okay.
I think if he had boys, he might still be out there fighting alongside with his son.
Yeah.
So I think that kind of made him focus and be like, you know what?
Yeah.
I got more to live for. I got to live for these girls. And he is a phenomenal father.
That's what's
to his girls. And you know what I'm saying? But again, that's what changed him.
Okay.
And that's what changed his circle, because he was like, all right. And now I see him along with other fathers, and they be out there with their kids and stuff. So it's
such a beautiful thing. So if y'all listen to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, y'all know like I'm an advocate for y'all. Right. Y'all black men are amazing. Yes, I say this all the time. Y'all are needed, y'all are wanted, y'all really do show up. And I don't think the world really give y'all flowers all the time, right? And that's why LA giving ourselves our flowers.
Exactly.
So the cookout is our really good to go ahead and do that. But like I know so many great men here in this community that show up and show out.
Yeah.
With no recognition.
With none. And you know, and so I'm here to say kudos to y'all.
And so if you're just tuning in, we're talking with LaShante Keys. We're talking about the Cookout, a celebration of brotherhood. It's going to be happening tomorrow. I was going to say the date, but if you say, you know, Saturday, April 26th, people think they got time. It's tomorrow, y'all.
Tomorrow. Yeah.
So tomorrow
at the Manhattan. I mean,
not the Manhattan.
Manhattan, because ain't no Manhattan.
Yeah. Not in its current form.
Right now.
So organizing events like this and putting something together this magnitude, like what would you say are some of the challenges that you faced, and how have you had to overcome the challenges that, you know, go into putting something like this on?
Man, I think one of the biggest challenges when we had to shift.
Okay.
That hurricane.
Changing the date.
Oh,
yeah.
Changing the date was huge. And then also, too, I think just make sure you have the right vendors in place.
Okay.
Because you want everybody to have that good experience.
Right.
So you want the right vendors to be in place. So honestly, we had a couple of vendors that we had tagged along and saw for the October event. And then we saw how they acted in the community.
Oh.
And we was like, they may not be the right one.
Yeah, because like it don't really represent the brand and what you're trying to do. Yeah.
And then also just too, we big on customer service.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That customer service is going to be huge for us on Saturday. Tomorrow.
Yeah.
The customer service aspect of it as well. Just
hospitality, man. Yeah. And Emily, shout out to Emily Washington. Like she's a hospitality advocate and a hospitality champion. And I mean, she's helping me to really have a deeper appreciation for that industry, because a lot of times people think hospitality servers, you know, you think that's just a job, a stepping stone job. But she helped reorient me around the career in the industry of hospitality, more so just, okay, that's a server, you a server, but like really understanding the importance and the impact. And so we'll be incorporating a lot of that into the events that we're doing. Because she was actually just elected to be the secretary of the Childs Park Neighborhood Association. So we like looking forward to bringing those elements. And so following the cookout, what's next for Celebrated Not Tolerated? Because I know, you know, you do this one, and then after that one, what can people look forward to?
So we have so again, we have the Celebrated Not Tolerated bi-monthly meeting. So if you're interested, we'll have you can register, or you can email us at info@communityefx.org or .com. I get it confused.
Okay.
But it's one of those. You can either email us or communityefx@gmail.com. I know that for sure.
Okay.
So you can do it. Email us that monthly. We're also excited because we're also getting ready to launch a art gallery with Studio 620, an art exhibit in the fall of 2025 of this year. And it's going to so we're going to deal with Black artists, and they're going to depict what Black joy means to them in different mediums. So it could be a painting, it could be a sculpture, it could be, you know, live. We don't know. We're very excited to be doing that in the fall of 2025 as well. We're also excited because Celebrate Not Tolerated has been blessed to be expanded into a different city.
Okay.
And so we're getting ready to take it to a whole nother city. I don't want to say the city yet because the contract not signed.
That's right.
Yeah.
It ain't none of y'all bit. No,
it is. It's everybody's business, but you gotta, you know, don't skip the step.
Yeah, skip that step right now. But we have been in negotiations to take it to a whole nother city, and so we're blessed to see it expand to a whole nother space.
Right on. You gonna stick around?
Definitely. I love this. Y'all good people, man.
Right on. And so, if you had like a final thought about the cookout that you wanted to lead the people with, make sure that they got it.
You know, as always, you want to make sure the people who paying the bill, so you want to get those people to shout out. Okay. So, you know, thank you to the Foundation for Healthy St. Pete. Thank you to Florida Blue. Thank you to 101.5. And thank you also to City of St. Petersburg as well.
Right on. Well, listen, you're listening to LaShante Keys, and this is a powerful brother doing a lot of great things in the community. We're gonna do Ask Kiana. We got an Ask Kiana.
Okay, Jabbar say fresh.
What? Wait, like old school fresh?
I mean, no, he just online. He just said fresh.
All right, cool. well, fresh it is. Fresh it is. All right, so we're gonna do the Ask Kiana question, and Ask Kiana is brought to you by the One Community Grocery Co-op. That you can find out more about the One Community Grocery Co-op by going to ocgc.coop, ocgc.coop. And Kiana, you ready?
Yeah.
All right. So, dear Kiana, me and my family members had a falling out, and we haven't really spoken in a long time. A part of me wants to fix things. I miss them, and I don't like how heavy all of this tension feels. But honestly, I don't even know where to start. So much has been said. People have taken sides, and now it feels awkward, like too much time may have passed. I don't want to look weak or open myself up to just be rejected again, but I also don't want to carry this bitterness any longer. How do you make peace with family when the hurt runs deep and the silence has lasted too long? Is it even worth trying?
It's always worth trying.
Okay.
Let me say that. And I'm going to tell you, this is hard for me to like wrap my mind around it because I don't operate in that space.
Yeah.
And I'm really trying to see, because I have a really hard time with holding grudges.
Okay.
Like for real, like I really,
I'm that person too.
Yeah, like I got
no capacity for a grudge.
Like I really don't, and I would tell you, like that anger that you hold on to is horrible.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It really weighs down, like it weighs down on you. Just pick up the phone and say hello.
Okay.
Like start right there and take your pride out. Be the one.
Okay.
I mean, at the end of the day, all you could do is do what you feel is best, and you're doing it for you and not for anybody else. So if the rejection come from them because they're not ready, you know you did everything you can.
Okay.
And so every day, just I'm here.
Yeah.
Like I'm done with that. We're here because tomorrow is not promised.
True.
And so the last thing you want to do is regret that somebody put pork in the baked beans, stopped y'all from talking.
Oh, that might do it for me.
You know,
you know who I am. You know, I'm
right, but
30 years I've been telling y'all about.
No pork, but it was a misunderstanding will make you miss out on great people.
Wow.
Let me tell
Say
you
that
that.
again.
Misunderstanding will make you miss out on great people and great things.
Yeah.
And life is about making memories with the people that you love.
Yeah.
And when you don't have that, what is the generation after you going to have to carry you on? And so do you want your generation right now, your grandkids and your great grandkids, to say that our families never talk? That two sisters went for years, and now the siblings, the cousins don't hang out because the mamas wasn't talking. Do you, I mean, like when you look at the foundation of your family, do that want to be your legacy? Is that when you pass on that they don't even know each other?
Come on.
You know, and so like you got to look at the greater good. And like I always say, I praise my grandma and my granddaddy because they did not play that. So, you know, when you're a matriarch and when they pass away, when you're usually the families do
everything changed when Big Mama passed,
right? And my aunties now, 13 of us is flying.
Your family about to get flued out to Atlanta. You have a different experience.
And so like I'm really big on like family and friendship. My best friend, I've been best friends with her since we've been in preschool. All my friends, like I have really long-term friends. And they tell you, society say real people don't have a lot of friends. That's a lie.
Okay.
That's a lie.
That one.
They tell you the realest
I heard the whole no new friends thing. And I'm like, well,
but no, like you tell you like the realest person don't have a lot of people in their life. And
because I think people mistake disrespect for being real.
And no, and real,
like I'm gonna keep it real. Like that's not a qualifier for you to be disrespectful.
Exactly.
But that's what they do.
I just gotta tell it like it is. No, you don't have to be disrespectful to be real.
And if it's not helpful and it's hurtful, why are you saying it? If it's not, like, if you're just gonna say it to be hurtful, shut up. That's my word for the day.
That was the thought of the day. That was the theme of the day. Just go sit down and hush. LA, what's your thoughts on that, man? What do you think? How do you make peace with family when the hurt runs deep and the silence has lasted so long? Is it even worth trying?
I would say honestly, put stuff in writing. Because sometimes people can understand it more if it's in writing and they can look back at it. Not that you got, I'm keeping receipts of how I take tab, but sometimes when I read it, I understand it a little bit more. If I see you calling, I'm still holding on to that bitterness. But if I'm scrolling, I'm not picking up. You know, I'm not looking at that. So, but if I see it in writing, I might be like, you know, I may not respond, but I would definitely come back to
you. Replay it all the time.
You replay it all the time because sometimes if you wait for somebody to pick up, they may never pick up. But with how text messages are going right now, you'll see that text message. That text message, you'll be able to read it, and you might be able to understand a little bit better.
No, I unite with that. I unite with making the reach. If you're moved to do it, because clearly it's something in your heart to do it. Like I'm not saying like you got to try and force yourself into a situation, or I'm big on not forcing yourself into places where you're not wanted, you're not respected, you're not valued. So I get that part of it. But if the spirit is moving you to have this consideration, then follow your spirit, follow your heart. You know what I'm saying? And if your heart is saying, yo, I want to reach out, I want to do it, go ahead and do it. And don't let what the response may be stop you from doing it. Because a lot of times I think that's another one of the barriers is you trying to calculate, if I do this, they'll do that. You can't do that kind of math. It's like mental gymnastics, and
it's always worse in your head than it is.
Course.
A lot of times than what it like.
And so don't try and play out the whole scenario like whether if they accept it or reject it, like that's on them. But if your heart is telling you, I need to reach out to my family, I'm feeling like I need to do this, go ahead and move on it. And then whatever the response is, you can't really control that. But like you said, Kiana, it's like you did your part. You know what I'm saying? Like I reached out so that if something do happen, God forbid, you don't have to sit in there like, with regrets. It's like, well, I tried, but.
And I think also too, stop holding on to how they responded.
Okay.
I think too many times they didn't say the apology. They didn't say I'm sorry. Like I wanted them to say how sorry. Bro, if y'all having conversations, that's the key right there. I think too many times we come in wanting people to speak a certain way, wanting people to apologize, apologize that way. And you walk away even madder because they didn't do it the way that you wanted them to do.
But see, that's why you have to do it for you and not them. Because if you're doing it for them, you already have expectations on how you want them to respond to you, right? Yeah. And so if it's on your heart to do it, you need to release it like, hey, I love you. And if they don't say I love you back, you just know that it was for me to tell you that I love you. I wasn't looking for nothing in return. I just needed to let you know this is where I stand with it. And if you get something, great. But if you don't, I'm good with that either. But you know, you won't ever say that I didn't say I loved you. Yeah. You know what I mean? So
you're right. A lot of times that's why. Yeah. That's I said I love you and you didn't say it back. So that's why. It's been 30 years. It's been 30 years since I ain't speak because that's and right so there.
What comes to me is like how genuine is your relationship with somebody is how they treat you determine who you are. So like you may be a bad friend, but it shouldn't dictate my actions. Like if I'm loyal, I'm loyal by default. Like I'm if that's who I am, I shouldn't let you change who I am. Right. And if I change who I am, then it wasn't that genuine anyway. A lot of times,
I tell you this though. I tell you this. What I've learned is you don't have to change who you are, but you can change the dynamics of that relationship.
This is true.
You know what I'm saying? It's like but again, I'm not forcing myself into a situation that's hurting me. So like you a bad friend and I'm a good friend, and I'm constantly trying to make you be like me. Like I'm too old for that at this age. You know what I'm saying?
I treat you like now.
I see where you at in life because people grow apart. And it's not. It may not be malice. It might just be miscommunication or like I just got other stuff going on. Like
it was a great season.
It was a great season. Like I just posted this because man, I'm finna go chill with Sean. Y'all go ahead. Like that kept me out of so much trouble.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it was like, hey, you always laid up over. You always over here. It's like. I mean,
and sometimes
this who I want to be with. Exactly. Like I'd rather be here with her chilling than with y'all. Yeah, you know, doing something that I know I shouldn't be doing. Yeah. And then the other part of it is she telling me like, "Yo, what you doing? What are you doing?"
That's trust that you have with your partner. Yeah, right. And comfortability, and you just knowing that, and that's maturity.
And then what happened is. The test and how I knew I had good friends and good brothers is because they was like, okay, go ahead. Like they started out at first like, oh, all I didn't want to do is just go be. It's like, yep, that's exactly what I want to do. and it was like it was accepted, and it was like we know because I mean, again, they knew me even before that relationship, and so it was like you know that I'm not with a lot of that stuff, but because I'm loyal, because I'm with y'all, if you rocking, I'm rolling, it was that kind of stuff. But I would prefer not to be into all of that stuff. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But if that's what we're doing, that's what we're doing. And so I thank you for that. Thank you for your responses to the Ask Kiana. Again, Ask Kiana is brought to you by the One Community Grocery Co-op, ocgc.coop. You can learn more about that. It's actually a lot of great things happening around that too. So I did have a What the People Say. I'm trying to find it. What the people say.
What they say?
All right. Say what the people say is brought to you by your brother John.
I love this energy, man.
So we asked the people about. So I'm in this marriage club, right? This marriage club.
Yeah. And I'm in this marriage club too. And y'all,
you know?
Yeah, I am. I don't know.
Kind of what you doing in the marriage club? But this marriage club thing is like tripping me out. In the marriage club and ain't married.
But she manifested though, manifested.
Oh my God.
I could go a lot of ways with that. Yeah. I'm in my professional mode right now.
That's true, because the people gonna watch the replay.
Exactly.
You canceling your contract because of the Breakfast Club. And look, this ain't Pete, so who knows? But anyway, Kiana, don't do
so much is said in so little time.
She literally almost spit her drink out because you know how true that is, right? You never know. Like we've had some relationships get sour because of how people, show up on the Breakfast Club.
Okay, go ahead.
Authentic. Sometimes people don't appreciate authenticity. However, in the marriage club, I asked the people what was your wedding song. That was one of the questions. And so we asked, what was your wedding song and how did you choose it? And the group definitely did not disappoint. They highlighted some classic ballads, surprise soundtracks, some stories. What do you think was the top choice? What you think was like people's number one response on what their wedding song was?
Was it Whitney Houston?
She didn't make the list.
Oh, get out of here.
Come on.
What's that brother Major? Major.
This is why I love you.
This is why I love you.
Yeah, let me see if that was on here. Because I saw that in some of the comments. It wasn't one of the top ones.
New.
I'm thinking new school. Yeah.
So think about old school Luther.
I was gonna say Luther Dance with My Father.
No, it's Here and Now.
Oh.
Here and Now and So Amazing were the clear favorites. And this is just the
wedding song?
Yeah.
Here and Now?
Yeah.
Here and Now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And here it is. Why I Love You Major.
Yeah.
That was big. Spend My Life With You by Eric Benet.
Okay.
Yep. Spending My Life. And Tamia. And then Forever by Jaheim. That was also one of the ones that was like highly favored. And then you also had like some that said
Did you have Mariah Carey?
No, Mariah Carey.
Oh my God.
All I Ever Wanted, Mariah.
Yes.
That's a Christmas song.
No, that is not. Let's Get Married, Jagged Edge.
That was on the list, but it wasn't in the top. Like it didn't rank highly, but again, the top ones was Luther Vandross, Here and Now, and So Amazing. And then you also had Major. So we ain't got no prize for you. Give you a round of applause.
Appreciate
That's what you win.
Jabbar said, "This is why I love you because you love me."
Okay, so he goes,
that's Major.
Yeah. I done been to a few. Kim was another one of the big ones. Kim was showed up big.
So I have like wedding songs. Like I really kind of have like I think I know what I want to walk out.
Okay.
On, right.
Well, okay. Definitely manifest.
Oh yeah, you manifest. You got the song already and everything.
I know what I want my first dance to be like. If my husband agree, right?
Okay.
Like I have all this stuff. I know when I want to get married, what time. Like
so you got the date already picked?
Yes.
Because we'll talk about that in another one. Because I asked people, how did you choose your wedding day? Because that was another thing that came up in the
I'll tell y'all off air because y'all already married, so y'all can't steal my idea.
Okay.
We already there,
but other people would definitely take
and I'll be mad.
Yeah. No. That's my wedding song. And then how they picked it, because we asked them, what was the song, and then how you picked it. Many picked their songs based on the lyrics. They said they reflected their journey. Others had songs that randomly played during a car ride, and they was together in a moment, and it was like, oh yeah, this is our song. Just because we was watching the sun go down at the beach, and that came on. So that was the song that they went with.
I got a funny story. Is that like an ex-boyfriend years ago? Like we was listening to this Brian McKnight song, right? And I really thought this was our song, and like I'll play it all the time to find out he never even liked it.
No agreement on the song. And then look on your special night, you putting on Brian coming in out.
I ain't never liked the song.
Oh my God!
Anthony said, Jab said he'll sing at my wedding. You know what? I was gonna book you, Jab.
Okay, you was gonna book Jab.
I was, but I have children that sing too, and so
okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So Jab, you lost the job, man. You lost the job. And so y'all let us know. Y'all can put it in the chat. What was your song? Oh, and then they said whether it was Celine Dion, Johnny Gill, her, John Legend, or even Marvin Gaye. Each song tells a story about the love that was beautifully unique. And so thank y'all for sharing and engaging in the what the people say. What was your wedding song?
Oh, that's Jabbar said I like that. If my husband agree, approach.
Okay.
Yeah.
No. So let's talk about that.
Go ahead.
For the wedding, right?
Yeah.
Because that was another one of the things about choosing the date. And I saw in there, like in this group, they were saying women be more considerate of like what you want. No, here it is. It was advice to men about getting married. And he said, brothers, make sure that you don't compromise on everything because it's your day too. A lot of times we say the wedding is for the woman, it's her day, but it was like if you got something that you really want to have happen or you really want to see that day, don't compromise. And so so
good luck with that, brother.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Look, I think that's going to determine how the rest of your marriage goes.
Good luck with that, man.
No, I'm really big on compromising and communicating. And I really wanted to be special for all of us. Like, I don't want to go in there and get married and it's all my way and not yours. I don't subscribe to happy wife, happy life.
Okay.
I'm happy house, happy spouse. And I definitely want to go into my marriage like that.
Yeah.
And not the other way around.
Right on. So
look, I just remember.
Yeah. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I just remember my wedding. I thought I had a hold on everything.
Okay.
Mm.
And then I walk outside and my wife got these doves outside.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
And the man was like, hey, I'm here to drop off some doves. And I'm like, to who? Where you going with them doves? My wife was like, oh, we got doves now. And so to let the doves out, I was like,
that wasn't in the budget.
Where these doves come from?
Wait, doves, yeah.
Wasn't it pretty?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I think one of them didn't come back, but hey, that one on us.
But
Yeah,
they don't.
yeah,
But they know. So when they don't come back, right? They go back to where they go. Like they're trained.
Look, I don't know. I was just surprised to see them doves there.
Yeah.
No, but they are trained.
Did you call them doves or did you say birds? Who ordered birds?
Where the birds? How many birds come from?
Yeah, no, but if you know, like, because I ordered some doves before, right?
Okay.
Okay. See?
I wouldn't even know where to start. Like,
That's what I'm saying.
like, who
I'm
got
like, where did my
birds?
wife get these doves? Like, where
No,
they come from?
they have a whole company, so they order,
Ooh.
and then when they release them, and doves can't really see at night,
Okay.
but they're trained to go back to their house.
Okay.
So they,
Wow.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
All right, we got a comment in here. Fancy Nancy. Oh, she wanted to know if it's gonna be baked beans at the cookout too.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think it'll be
Make
no
some.
baked beans. Make some.
Right.
Nancy made some good baked beans too.
Okay,
We ain't never had a
there you
baked
go.
bean. Don't put no
Yeah.
pork in it though.
Yeah.
No, Nancy don't do nothing with pork.
bread.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
And it's, he said, take the pigeons back. Bro said, take them back. You ain't bringing no doves up in here, man.
Thanks for the stars, Dan.
Appreciate that. Always appreciate the love, man. And again, y'all listening to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club on 99 Jams, WUJM 99.1. We had an amazing conversation this morning with LaShante Keys talking about the Cookout celebration of Brotherhood. It's going to be happening tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Not next Saturday, but tomorrow.
Yep. And so please show up. It's 2:00, 2 until 6.
2 to 6. 2 to 6. Yep.
I'm happy down there by the water.
Bring your boys.
Yeah.
Because they got
Something for the young men. Yeah.
Wives, bring your husbands.
Come on.
Single men, just show up.
Right on.
If you had a hard day at work and you want a massage, please do so.
And everything's free.
And everything is
We
free.
even got free food. We got like some phenomenal food trucks coming in too.
Sharonda said, who ordered pigeons? Yeah, but no, it's all about y'all.
Yeah.
Men of color.
Mhm.
Everybody is welcome, but men of color come out, be celebrated, not tolerated. And the beauty of this is other Black men telling you that you're worthy of this treatment, right? So yeah, we got like a minute. What's your final thought?
Man, there's more that needs to be done and needs to be said. Again, I want to thank you for all that you're doing in the community. We're just talking about this event, but not all of the other things. So thank you for what you're doing. I've been watching the journey. Just
I think we got mutual respect.
Our paths has crossed, and
All the
we've done
time.
some things. And so thank you for just everything that you do. And
Thank you, brother.
keep going, my brother.
Yeah, be the change you want to be. Show up tomorrow. Write down those 5 things that make you feel good, smile, giggle, all that great jazz, and stay tuned for Sister Hughes.
Make you lose your shoes and shout all around the house. This has been the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
This is Kiana.